I use Facebook, Twitter.
Yes, I am a member of Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook and Twitter.
Yes, I have a Facebook account. In fact, I've got two actually, yeah. Every day.
Facebook's at least twice a day.
Probably every other day.
I've heard of, other people that have and being very upset about it.
Somehow, if everyone can see it on Facebook and all that person's friends can see it, it must be really, really distressing.
Yes, I have, but I've never found anything that is malicious.
Social networking is fast becoming the most popular and easiest way to stay connected to friends and family around the world. The largest social networking site to date is Facebook, as it has over 500 million active users. 1 in every 13 people in the world has a Facebook account, and half of them are logged in on any given day. Twitter grows 10 times bigger each year. Such social networking sites can be accessed through your mobile devices. Therefore, people are talking to one another more through social networking sites than in real life. The good thing about social networking sites is that you're able to talk to your friends, share photos and videos, add comments and update your status online, anywhere and any time in the world. But when does banter between friends become bullying? When does staying connected become addictive? When does social networking turn antisocial?
Well, I would interpret cyberbullying as harassment of an individual. It's this spectrum from banter to something hurtful. I think cyberbullying tends to occur when the person who's being bullied isn't present. Almost every other disciplinary incident I'm now dealing with has some Facebook or social media element to it. I think it's addressed through education, and we can do campaigns such as the one we're running at the moment, but even that relies on, I think, people having seen an experience of cyberbullying going on. I don't think we can control it. I think this is something that's happening, but I don't think it's something we will ever control. I think it's something we have to respond to and show that we're doing our best.
Social media isn't just a fad, it's a fundamental shift in the way we communicate. Over 1.5 million pieces of content, that's web links, news stories, blogs, notes, photos, etc., are shared on Facebook. Letting your friends see publicly what you are thinking or doing is becoming increasingly addictive. However, you don't think you're a Facebook addict. Facebook therefore allows you to lead a social life, but perhaps at a cost. A rise in cyberbullying has been seen on social networking sites such as MySpace and Facebook over the past few years. Girls tend to be more victimised online than boys, as it has been found that ex-boyfriends were posting degrading pictures or tweeting insulting messages about their girlfriends on social networks. We have spoken to a member of the public who has been a victim of cyberbullying. Her identity remains anonymous for her own protection.
Well, I spoke with my boyfriend and he decided it would be a good idea to email me every 5 minutes, and then he emailed all my friends as well, and he hacked onto my Facebook and started messing around with that as well, and putting statuses on his Facebook about me so that everyone could read them. It was quite upsetting at the time because the things that he was saying were not very nice. That made me out to be a proper horrible person. He hacked on again yesterday. I don't know how he finds out my passwords, but he keeps doing it. It's making me want to delete Facebook. I think that cyberbullying is just as bad, if not worse, as just like physical bullying.
The reluctance some youths feel in telling an authority figure about cyberbullying can lead to devastating consequences. In 2010, 20.8% of students were cyberbullied on social networking sites, a result which has ended in several suicide victims and is known to teenagers as bullycide.
It seems to me tragic that people are driven to that extreme. There are helplines available.
Another trend recently seen on sites such as Twitter and Facebook is trolling. which comes from the saying, feeding the trolls.
My understanding of trolling is that it is somebody posting on a forum or a blog something so provocative that it produces a torrent of interest in that comment. So somebody obviously enjoys getting the attention or provoking people out of the kind of normal line of the discussion and making it all focus on their provocative comment. It's kind of egotistical behaviour.
Despite the trend of trolling becoming ever more popular, what's more scary is the fact that Facebook is being used for gang culture. An example of this is the riots that swept the country last summer. Social networking is the perfect tool for thousands of youths to send and share information about possible plans and attacks. Many of the youths involved were contacted through Facebook and Twitter to join in with the online group. Members of the group were asked to arm themselves with hammers and knives and bring cars to ship off stolen goods. Social networking is also used as a platform for many sexual predators. MySpace is the most popular, as it was revealed in 2009 over 90,000 registered sex offenders were kicked off the site, with most of them creating new accounts on Facebook. With so many strangers in the world who are able to see your information, like your age, sex and location, makes you think, do you really know the people who you are talking to? 1 in 6 people last year met their new partner through Facebook, as they felt chatting online before meeting up is more comfortable and easier than talking face to face.
What pains me is the way that people will use it when they could just have a conversation in a real location later on the same day with somebody, and it would be entirely discreet in the way those things have always been, just around a drink in a pub, blah blah blah, without using the technology. It seems to me some people have just not thought through the limits of the technology.
However, one example where meeting a stranger off a social network that turned malicious was the case of Katie Piper.
The person that was behind this attack was Danny Lynch and Stefan Silvestri. Danny was a man that initially contacted me on Facebook, and we dated for a while, and then he attacked me. After he initially attacked me first, he then arranged for somebody else to throw sulfuric acid in my face on the street. There was a trial and a court case, and they were both found guilty of, Stefan Silvestri was guilty of GBH of intent, Danny Lynch was guilty of rape, ABH and inciting GBH.
With social networks gaining control over nearly everything we do in our daily lives, when is it time to question destroying our social networking services altogether? Addiction, stalking, cyberbullying, tweeting, status updates, identity theft, fraping, bullycide. This isn't word of mouth anymore, it's world of mouth. Welcome to the social revolution.